Yo, 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 yo. Come on in, man. Come on in, man. Let's talk some football right quick.
Was
Yeah, I mean, every time some news drop, we got to drop a pop-up, man. Most of the time. Let's just keep it real most of the time. Like A1 said, man, the stream y'all was cutting up, man, had a little echo. I can't roll like that, man. 'Cause I don't want me repeat myself. And I don't want nobody else repeating themselves. So
man.
I hate repeat myself. That's a pet peeve of mine.
He's definitely gonna be repeating yourself. You would have went with that last one, man.
Facts.
Every almost out there every word, man. So y'all come on in, take off your shoes, leave on your socks, man. We about to get into some more Falcon talk. It's about that
Yeah,
time
man.
on a
Yeah,
Friday
man.
night, Friday the 13th. At that, man. You ain't watching one of them Jason movies today, did you, Smitty?
Nah, but I done damn near seen all, though. I
Yeah,
got to
man.
catch that Scream 7. Might just wait till it comes to the streaming service.
Three streams, screen seven.
Yeah, it came
That's,
out on 28th of February.
that's wild, man. They still making screams.
Still making Scream.
I think I
Which is
fell off like after like what 3 or 4, something like
probably
that.
4.
Yeah,
Because the
fell off.
last two, well, the one before 6 was just plain Scream. And then Scream 6 and then Scream 7. So I don't think I've seen 6 or 7, but I don't seen the rest.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
like I said, I
But
forgot which one I saw, bro. It's still to me, man. I still fool with the first of all the first scream. You know what I'm saying? Like I did with the first scream. The second scream was cool too. And then kind of like after that, it was like, all right.
crazy thing, yeah, bro. Them damn movies almost 30 years old. The
Mm,
first was almost 30 years old. That's how old it is.
yeah. Well, yeah, the movies are old, man. It was, Lisa
Once
Shepard
in
said
time,
that Jason Voorhees was the worst.
I can believe it. I mean, the only one I like was Jason Tate Manhattan. That was my favorite one. Rest of them, I was just watching just to be watching.
Now I like Jason Takes Manhattan when they was on the boat, went to Manhattan, and bro, that joke was crazy. That roof scene,
Man,
that
he
roof
got
scene.
that dude trying to box him. He hit his head, knocked his head in the crack. And shit was funny here.
The crazy thing about it is
Uh,
he was piecing up Jason, but it just, bro, you hitting that mask with your bare knuckles, and Jason just like he already big.
right.
And it ain't like he giving you no give or anything. You hitting him, and then man, you gonna bust up your hands. Really, you would have hit him a couple more times. You might have knocked him off the top, but it was over with. Then you got the
Yeah.
nerve to talk about something. Oh, come on, let me see what you got. Man, that man Jason knocked that man head off into the trash can. I'm like, well, God. But
You know what I'm saying? He made a lie today. What's on the plate? What's on the plate, man? We're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on with Ian Cunningham
yeah, man.
and his thoughts on, the situation with the quarterbacks. And it just really everyone on the team, like somebody said in the chat a little bit earlier. But yeah, that's what's on the plate, Jim. We're just gonna talk about the quarterback situation like we have been, but every time something new pop up, um, we got to talk about it, man, because
Right.
I put an AI so y'all don't punish me for this. I use AI for this, so this is not Tua, this is not Penix, but y'all get an idea where we're going with this. And that is definitely not Ian Cunningham.
I'm about to say, who is that? Smith.
That's
Smith.
Ian
See,
Cunningham. So
that,
that's Ian.
that's
That's Ian
that's
Cunningham.
That's Ian cut. Yes, cutting the ham. Yes, that's what it is. Ian cutting the ham. That's who that is. But
Cunningham.
my goodness.
But we gotta say what's up to the chat right quick, man. Christian, God is good, my brother, all the time. Kevin Connor, what's up, man? DBG11, man, what's up, my guy? Yeah, Friday 13, man. It ain't just quarterbacks. Everybody got to earn it. Just like we got to earn it on these streaming services. Everybody got to earn it, man. I mean, everybody. Big Q, what's up? Big Q be on TikTok doing his thing on them turntables, man.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
doing your thing, Q. Jay Black, what's good, my guy?
J Black
Jim Brody said 3 positives. I give you 3 positives. Give me 1 second. Shaka, what's up, my guy?
said. Oh, he said he got 3 positives.
Cool.
Mm,
What did do MP9 go and win the job? But Ian said everybody got to compete, and that's on the right.
mm-hmm.
That's on the right. What up, man? What up? He said that Ian is such a class act. Love the press conference. I got to go check it out. But we using the tweets and we got some audio. but I am
Mhm.
gonna go check it out. If I see something else in it, I'm just gonna do a solo video on it right quick. And I did a solo on a Deshaun Hand. If y'all want to know who he is, coming over from the Chargers to the Falcons. Another piece on that defensive line. Go check it out on the channel. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Lisa Jason was average at best, but Freddie was that dude, man. Keep it real. Georgia, Texas boy, what's up, my guy? New era is absolutely here. So you gonna
Mhm.
keep it positive. Keep it positive. That's what we like to do, man. Meat watching, what's good, man? Been a while. Been a while.
Yes, sir.
JT,
Feel like
what's
the
up,
more I
man?
got older, I feel like Freddie just, I don't know, he wasn't scared of me like that no more. I'm gonna tell you another thing, reason why too. I think it's because I knew, like, as a kid, you're scared, but then when you really look at that story, he was like, "Hey, man, hey, Freddie, you doing too much with them kids, though, huh?"
Yeah,
I'm like, when you realize that, you be like, "Hey, man, wait a minute."
yeah. We see why he died.
I see why they burnt your behind up.
Yeah, they burnt into a Chris, but he came back with that bullshit. So,
The
Mo,
audacity.
what's up, my guy? Yeah, man. Zay, what's good? Larry, I know who you is. You told me the other night. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. You know I got you, Larry.
Lair.
I remember I said my granddad, my great granddad name, my grandmama's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Meet you know what time it is, man. GM said I think Tua played way better with our O line than Miami's was terrible. I tried to tell people that, but I got fried for it.
We'll see
Yeah,
what
Christian, we
happens.
gave you your shout out, my guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. What we gonna start at, Chris? Oh, we can start
Man, we
either
gonna
way.
start. I'm about to
Well,
say, man, let's.
let's start with the audio, man. Let's start with the audio,
Yeah, I'm about to say I
cause
got some
yeah, let's start with the
comments.
audio. But before you do,
Okay.
I just want to say I like that he's communicating with everybody and everybody's on the same page. What he's doing right now, adding depth at key positions on defense, is something I feel like Terry did not do at certain points with the team. He added depth on certain positions, but you got to add depth at all key positions because you're talking about rotation on defense. That's key to keep your defense fresh. And I feel like he overplayed a lot of the players last year, which is why a lot of them by the end of the season they were gassed. And I get it. You're paying them to play a certain amount of time, but at the same time, if they get worn down, injuries are going to occur because they're going to be lacking. So, keep a fresh rotation. And I think we get back to that 45 to 50 range in sacks. I think we'll be good. But he wants to talk about why he's building the team the way he's building it. A1, take it away.
Yeah, man, we're talking about roster flexibility here, man. And Cunningham, he was explaining his philosophy on how he's going with the 1 and 2 year deals, maximizing on the flexibility cap and allowing players to compete. But let's just hear what he has to say regarding to that, and got especially the most one of the most interesting ones about the competition between the quarterback and also some future moves as well. That's just all in all of what y'all going to hear today. But let's start with the roster flexibility.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's very important. Giving guys a chance to come here, compete, play meaningful snaps to potentially help them in their career, but also most importantly, help us this season, right? That definitely went into some of the decision making and quite frankly, just the limited cap space that we had to be strategic with some of those moves.
Absolutely. 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 And the thing about it, he just giving y'all the insight as to why he's signing these 1 year deals. That's what he just did. Because he said, and just like I said the other day, they're coming in trying to fight for a job for the future, not just this year, beyond this year. So the way you do that, you go out and perform to the best of your ability on that 1 year deal, and maybe in Atlanta or somewhere else, you can get a long term deal depending on how well you play. Now, a lot of these guys they brought in, they're veterans already. So they're probably going to earn the contract price this year. But the young guys, hey, we got to see, and they did get younger. Even though you see them signing veterans, they got rid of a lot of veterans. Think about it. Kane Ellis, 31. Leonard Floyd, about what, 33, 34. Then you have Evan Kenny, who's been around for a couple of years. He's not old, but he's a
I'm about
veteran
to
by
say,
NFL
still
standards.
young.
David Onyemata, he's over 30. Jesse Bates, he's at 30 right now, and this is, I think, his last year of his deal. So they're going to get younger, but at the same time, they're going to bring in the right mix of veterans to help these young guys come along and build the right chemistry on this roster. Because as I tell y'all, yes, coaching is an important part, but at the same time, there's no better coach than the same person at the position that you play on the field while you on the field. And Ryan alluded to it the other night. Jesse Bates, a lot of his play declined just a little bit because he was out there trying to teach Xavier Watts on the job while the game was going. So these type things happen. But A1, what you think, man, right quick?
Well, I mean, shoot, man, honestly, this is just a setup for next year. All this thing, you don't want to try to tie yourself up in no long-term contracts anyway. And you do want to give guys opportunity. A lot of these guys, you look at it, a lot of these guys are getting opportunities because maybe they're coming off of injury. Maybe they were special teams guys. Maybe there were guys who were ahead of them that were just that much better and they weren't able to get opportunities to show what they really have. And I feel like, with all the signings we all made, with about 15 signings and a re-sign, including being Natron Brooks. So regardless, we are getting depth all the way around. Ian also talked about with the roster and how like coaches wanted certain players to try to fit the scheme and the system. So that's what you go do. You get younger. You got some comp picks already. Next year, you're going to have 3. So, I mean, and already you got 10. And who knows what's going to happen moving forward. We may get more extra picks. You never know. Who's going to be out the door next. And at the end of the day, he's working it out. He said it's going to be the last year that we have only 5 picks. He meant that. And because next year we're going to be set up nice. All these moves that are being made right now is just a strategical, well thought out process. Because next year, 10 plus draft picks, like I said, close to 100 mil in cap space. You can start making moves, which is another reason why I think you got to start looking at some of your skilled players, not just Bijan and Drake. We got to start talking about some guys on the defensive side too, not just talking about Jalen Walker, but I'm also talking about, the guys like Zach Harrison, guys like Brandon Dorless, like you got to start like making decisions on them in a couple of years too. Don't forget about Devon Diablo. That's a guy that I feel like midway through the season, if he's playing the same way like he was last year, you have to extend him because it don't make no sense not to. So again, I'm just enjoying the fact that he's doing all these moves, Smitty, with small money. I can't wait to see how methodical he'll be with the big money.
Well, as I told you, we had a conversation earlier. If things don't work out at the quarterback position this year, next year that could be a focal point. Who it would be, I don't know. Whether it's through the draft or free agency, that's yet to be seen. But trust me, they're going to get the quarterback position right eventually.
Man, I sure hope it's now rather than later. I ain't going to lie to you.
Right. GM said Ian will build through the draft. Obviously, next year he has to manage given our current situation. Absolutely true. Absolutely 200% true. The draft this year is going to be a key too because even though we have 5 picks, like we said on the show, Ryan's show last night and our show the night before, you can see that number 48 pick being traded back to get possibly 2 more picks. Because if you have a draft board, it has certain players on it. Those players are going to be available later in the draft. Why not use that for more trade assets? And if you trade with the right team, you could possibly trade another asset the next year. So it's just all the way, they want to do.
Don't forget about this too, Smitty. There is always a chance for a draft night trade. We still have assets that possibly could be moved on draft night, like a Kyle, like a Jesse. Again, want them here, but just again, got to put it out there, especially with a new regime. You just never know. Draft night, boom, somebody get traded. Here goes some more picks or whatnot.
Yeah. And y'all know how I feel about that other guy, but I'm not gonna upset A1. We're gonna let it roll.
Nah, I'm good.
But Dorless is a must sign. Harrison may be let go unless the money is right. Yeah, I agree with that. But I think Zach stays because you get talent with Zach. He's 6'5", about 280. So he's a 3-4 end. He's a pass rush specialist. And before he got hurt, he was one of the better defensive linemen with the Falcons last year.
So it was mismanagement, bro. The straight up mismanagement of that injury, him coming off of that knee injury, already with a brace on and then plays the most snaps of his career. Like, what kind of sense does that make coming off of a knee injury? You really could have preserved him. You really could have helped him and been able to get him through the rest of the season. But what happens? A setback and you got to rest him for the rest of the year. Like, that's unfair to that man's career, too. It's just a mismanagement of the not only the coaching staff, but the medical staff, too. It is what it is.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. They got to do something. It's sad that players around the NFL that have been here before, they've had not good things to say about the medical staff, the training staff.
True.
Just, horrific.
True.
Like I told you, y'all go check out the Raw Report, man. Darren Bates and Jalen Collins podcast, when they had former Falcon Mike Davis on, he told a story about the training staff that was just plain ridiculous. So we'll see. Big Fish said we good with Tua and MPJ. I absolutely think so. Our buddy Miss Drill stopping through. She said,
Hey,
"What's up? Late again, but I made it. As long as you made it, that's all that matters."
That's all that matters.
Cunningham trust. In Cunningham, we trust. Been standing on everything he said during his introductory press conference. Yeah, we know where he come from. Come from Chicago. So whatever you see the Bears do, and somebody put it on Twitter earlier about the move that they made, and they were comfortable with letting 5 defensive backs go this year, is because they have a plan in place. Once the draft comes back around, they get young in that position, they save money, on to the next thing. So you can see the Falcons moving the same way. But if you see the tweet we got on the screen, it's pretty much telling you exactly what we've been seeing throughout the last 2 months. And that very last sentence, we feel like we found a good band of players to target, which they've done. This is the key part. Coaches, scouts, and analytics team all weighed in, he said. So they working as a collective. If some fall through the hole, it's going to be somebody behind at the end of the day. Because if you on one page everybody has the same plan, nothing should fall through the cracks of the hole. Pause. But it happens.
Right.
But this is what you like to see, everybody on the same page. And this is another thing that we talked about. When you talk about Tua Tagovailoa coming to compete, Falcon GM said Cunningham said he knows he's coming in to compete, just like Michael Penix knows he's coming in to compete. Everybody's coming in to compete. There are no starters right now, and I talked about that earlier in the short. But A1, tell me what you think, and y'all can follow along in the chat.
For sure, man. I'm just gonna let the man speak for himself, to be honest.
Tua coming in here, he knows he's coming in to compete, just like Michael knows that he's coming in to compete. And everybody, quite frankly, not just those two at the quarterback position, but everybody's coming in to compete. There's no starters right now. And, we're excited to have Tua, but we're excited to have all the players that we were able to get this free agent class.
Yes, sir.
And they not selling anybody live, A1. Because before Raheem Morris got fired, what did he tell us? Kirk Cousins is probably going to be the starter coming into next year.
Right.
And neither one of them here. But go ahead.
I mean, and the thing about it, I really do believe that they felt like it was a smidgen of hope because of how we finished on the back end. But I'm so glad that Arthur Blank remembered and recalled that he's seen this movie before. A guy finishing good on the back end, players, playing for him, and that's great. You always want your players to play for you. But it's just not that consistency. Same thing with Terry. So I felt like Terry was getting better, especially in the last 2 seasons overall. Maybe he finally was picking up on it and finally was grasping the job and whatnot and how to maneuver whatnot. But overall, still in 5 years, we don't get no playoff wins, we don't get no playoff berth at all. It's just how can you be retained?
And how can you get over the hump? And I think they found a way. But Chico said, I think we're definitely shopping Pitts, and they feel we can get good value for him, and that's something that we'll see. Because the writing could be on the wall with signing Austin Hooper. We still have Joshua Simon. We still have Charlie Warner, who I thought they were going to cut, but hey, they didn't.
So that's why the only saving grace to me, I feel like, is Kyle Pitts got to be the number 2 wide receiver. Which means like they would still draft by maybe a wide receiver, but maybe in the later rounds just to bring in another depth piece But that's the only saving grace that I can see, because I'm looking at the war room. I'm looking at as far as the tight end room, I'm looking at Kyle Pitts in there. But you also now you got Austin Hooper. You still got Charlie Warner. Still got Simons out there too, who they're developing. And they haven't got rid of none of those guys. So it is going to be all competition. And you heard that Ian said there are no starters, but I think that people are just sticking on the quarterback for that. Ian said there are no starters. Now, we know, Falcon fans, guys like Bijan, guys like Drake, nobody's taking their spot. But overall, everybody's spot should be up for grabs. Everybody's.
Yeah.
And the best player really win the position, no matter whom that person may be.
And the reason why I like that, even though we pay people a lot of money, if it don't work out, hey, you cut him, you get what's left over, or you trade him at the deadline, and you just keep it moving, because that's one less contract on the book. But one guy we know ain't going nowhere, Jake Matthews. He's here to stay.
Oh no, Jake's
So-
Falcon for life. Jake is Falcon for life. I
Yeah,
don't
he's
care if
not
I
going
got to
anywhere.
roll Jake out there on the field myself. Jake ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
It don't even
Cosmic
make
sense.
sense financially. It was
Facts.
already 38 mil dead cap before we restructured again.
Right. Cosmic Root say finally a GM that would stop striking, swinging for home runs, start loading the bases for success. And Cosmic, that's a great way to look at it.
Love that analogy, Cosmic.
And the reason why I say I like that analogy is he's being patient. No need to rush anything. Just because you think your job on the line, still got to be patient. When you put yourself in a position to lose, you're gonna lose every time. Like I said, if he made better hires as coaches and made smarter decisions in the draft, which I love the decisions last year, but a couple of years ago when he first got here, a couple of those draft pick was questionable, but that's neither here nor there. That's in the past. But I love that analogy.
Yeah, that future success, that's that grand slam once you got them bases loaded. You hear me? So I love it.
Tonio said, "Do y'all think those defensive end we signed that Leonard Floyd is out?" Oh yeah, he
He's
absolutely
out of
gone.
here.
Yeah, you think about the money. He was $10 million last year. They've gotten 3 defensive linemen for that total with that one player, and that's what I'm saying. It's about saving money
Shoot, really
and
about
building
4.
depth. Yeah, because what? Chris
Couple
Williams
of-
is what? Chris Williams is 2 million.
Right.
Aziz is how many? 3.
Then you got
That's
another
5.
3.
Who was the last guy?
Then I think you got another 3. Then I think you had a 2. So I'm gonna say like 4 guys for 10 million.
Yeah, for 10 million. So
And my thing is too, Leonard Floyd, even though I know he was coming in with that veteran experience, you're kind of paying for a player coach. But I ain't gonna lie to you. When we paid him, I was expecting him to come in and do more. And if I can get more out of 4 guys than I can for 1, I feel like it's a great value buy. Go ahead and sign me up for the great value brand instead of the Welchers. I'm with it today.
Hey, that's an excellent point, A1. Because when you have a heavy rotation, that means everybody stays fresh. And you know how our defense been going worn down the last 3-4 years. By the end of the season, they gassed out. When you have a fresh rotation, and one move that a lot of people might not even think about that was key was Laquel London. He had a career year last year with the Falcons with 5 sacks. And look, he's not going to cost a lot of money, but at the same time, he knows the system. He's a veteran. He can help these young guys. It's the same thing, just fine tuning things. So you bring somebody back that's familiar that you got production out of, it's a home run. Because think about it. Laquel London came as an undrafted free agent. Root got drafted in the 2nd round. Laquel had better numbers. So it's just all about who's producing. And that's another name that could be on the trade block that nobody's talking about.
Say Ruka.
Yes. If he was drafted in the 2nd round, they're not getting the production they thought. Somebody comes at them with an offer, they might take it. I'm just saying.
You never know. I mean, because I think he's playing out of position anyway. But if you bring in somebody,
I do too. Agreed.
You bring in somebody like maybe like a Cape Hart or Peter Woods or something like that, you never know. You could see him out the door. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody is safe because Ian didn't draft nobody on this team.
Yeah, man. Because you think about it, we've been running a hybrid 3-4 for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah,
But
give or take.
Rook is more of a traditional 4-3 defensive tackle with a big body on the other side of him. That's what he used to. So when you have to learn a new system, it just doesn't fit your skill set or your game. You're gonna struggle in doing this. That's why I said, if he doesn't fit, he goes to a 4-3 and plays better. You will see the problem, but it happens.
No, it's really interesting. Cold buddy.
He said, "I'm sick of this regime so far, man. It's just starting.
He said, "I'm
Come on,
tired of
man.
him already."
You got to get a chance, my brother. You got to see the vision. Out for 1 year, you
Hey,
can't judge. I
hey
get
man,
you frustrated, but come on, man.
I'm about to say, finish it on up. Finish it on up.
We have we have an injured quarterback and got a herder. Is that even
We
a
got a
word?
herder, herder coach.
Herder. Is that even a word? But
Uh,
but it said it got rid of a decent kicker to get an old man kick. But see, you got to look into that as well. Nick Folk is one of the most accurate kickers to ever play in the NFL. 85% for his entire career.
right. No, right. That's true. My only thing is, I'm just hoping that he's going to continue to have that same stride for the old Atlanta Falcons. That's all
And
I
I'm gonna
need.
and you want to talk about the coaching? That was Arthur Blank's fault because Raheem Morris showed us nothing, absolutely nothing. In when he was an interim coach that could say, "Bring me back. I think I can do the job." But you bring in a guy, and a lot of people trying to override it because of what happened last year with a certain quarterback. You just don't win 2 Coach of the Year awards by mistake. Let's keep it real.
Yeah,
Let's keep it real.
that's true, man. I just feel like, man, everybody need to give it some time, let things work out. Just let's just give it some time. Regardless, because I get it. The moves they have to work, and that is the bottom line. If you just want to go straight to the direct, and the bottom line of everything that we're doing still has to work.
Right.
But pieces have to have the chemistry and get everything together to see what we can put out there on the football field. So it's like, okay, I get it, but still, y'all, come on now. With the money that we got, 1.3. Well, excuse me, really, it's 1.2.
Point two.
Really, yeah. I'm about to say,
You
really, it's
gotta
1.2, y'all.
you
Like,
gotta get that T-shirt remade.
man, what? I'm glad I ain't hit finalize. My gosh. Just about to hit
Jo-
the button, then here go the salary. It's like 1.2,
1.2. Wow.
1.215. I was like, oh shoot, but
And
1.2.
he making 36 from the Dolphins, so he fine.
1.2.
Jordan Texas boy said, in addition to the addition of Reed adds the modern flair to Stefanski's old school principles and concepts. Absolutely 200% correct. And that's what you got to love. We get an offense that all of these players can adapt to. We'll get on that in a little while, JT. I did see those remarks. I'm gonna actually put a short out about it in a little while. And yeah, cause that was just crazy.
No boy.
Hey,
That was
screwball, chill out,
a
man.
good laugh.
Chill out, chill out, chill out.
Let's not do that, family. Let's not do that. Let's see. We run
We
all
run.
system. All
Go
right.
ahead.
Like I
You
said,
got
we run all old brick system, and players love it. Now that's facts. That's facts. And his system is go eat and go get them. Go eat them and go get them. It will give up a big play or 3. However, it's go get them.
yeah. And when they make plays, teams lose yards,
Yeah.
and that's the key thing. But go ahead, A1.
I just, man, I hate it. I hate it because with the situation that we're going through. But just a highlight moment for me, man, was that Patriots game. When we were down and we had to have it, I ain't gonna lie, Jalen Walker and then James Pierce, they just went back to back on them, and then we was able to get that fumble recovery and everything. That really like helped save us and to go to the second half. I just look at little stuff like that, man. Yeah, these guys can flourish in the defense. I think about D. Alford and shout out to him and good luck in Buffalo and whatnot, except for when you play the Falcons. But his things that he was saying about Brick's defense and how he loved playing for Brick and how he and if there was the only way he really wanted to play for, the only coach he wanted to play for really was Brick. That's love right there.
Yeah.
That's love.
Jordan Texas boy said Tua was healthy last year, got hurt in 24, was in the MVP race, and in 2023 he was on fire as well. We getting humbled by Tour. He ready to work. And see, that's what y'all got to understand. When he's healthy, he can be a good quarterback, a top 15 quarterback at least, really top 10 in the right offense. Because with Tariq Hill and Jalen Waddle, he was on fire at one point. And again, I think he won comeback player of the year, if I'm not mistaken, or he was in the race. But he also I think he made a Pro Bowl as well. So he has the talent. He just has to stay healthy. And in this offense, like I said, it's one he's used to that he ran to Alabama. And like I said, A1, he corrected me. Tommy Reese was not there when Tua got there. He was there when Milroe was there, but they ran the exact same offense. So it's something that, whoever Nick Saban hires, whether it's Lane Kiffin, whether it's Steve Sarkisian, they run the same offense. So Tua is ready to work, man. Not thinking this offense, he fits into a T. That's why they brought him in.
Love it, man. I'm telling you.
Dude, second.
Go ahead. Go ahead. The hunky dory Artie and Raheem. Hunky dory. Yeah, I absolutely love as an assistant or a position coach, but not a head. Hey, and we talked about that before. Some guys are just better as coordinators, not necessarily the head guy, the leader of men. Not everybody has the capacity for that. Some guys are just better as coordinators. And the thing about it is, I wouldn't be surprised if Raheem goes to the 49ers and has success as defensive coordinator, because he's done that before multiple times. So that's his calling card.
Facts. Before we go on, man, if y'all could please, man, if y'all are able to, man, go to A1 Forever or Smitty Sports Machine. If y'all could, man, drop them super chats. We would definitely appreciate y'all, man. But
like button.
I'm sorry, like and subscribe as well. My bad. I'm gonna get to Hashim's point, but here's another tweet, and this is another thing that I love. We talked about just a little bit earlier. Well, here's a plain sentence. Kevin Stefanski spoke with Penix Cunningham, talked to Penix agent before bringing Tua Tagovailoa in to sign him.
Respectable.
Communication is the key, people. Communication is the key.
Respectable. What he said, you don't want to blindside somebody, Cunningham said. That's just how we operate. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like that was a little.
That was a shot.
That was a sidestep jab. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a shot. Let's keep it real. That was a shot. Because if you think about what he's saying Raheem. He don't feel like Raheem, Terry. Let's keep it real. Rich McKay. All these guys are on the same page. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to build communication up. So like when they make a move, everybody's on board with it, because these coaches have to coach these players. And if everybody's on board with it, they can come up with a game plan for each and every player on this team, how they can, how they can put in the pot, should I say, as to building the team the right way. So this is what I love to see. When you communicate, because remember, Matt Ryan, his last year, they didn't tell Matt Ryan. They went ahead and did it. Say, we'll deal with it later. What else happened when you talk about communication around the quarterback position? Well, really, not only him. You had Julio the same way. He said it himself. Communication was poor. So when you build communication, you build trust. That's when players want to play for you. But you got anything quick to say before we get to this next question?
Shoot, man, I wanted to play this part right here for the
Okay, right. All right, go ahead, run it.
Just talking about future moves, man. Just wanted to hear what Ian Cunningham had to say here.
Backups right now, and we're going to add to those, throughout the process, and we'll see and we'll evaluate the rest of the free agency, the free agent market. The draft is coming up as well. There's going to be some good backs in the draft. And again, like I stated earlier, free agency never ends. There's other ways to acquire players throughout the summer and cut down. So we'll continue to look at that market, and there will be additions to the running back room.
There will be additions to the running back room. Well, we knew that was duh, but especially losing Tyler Algier to the Cardinals. But it's still just interesting because he said the draft, though, bro. He said the draft. So it's like,
Yeah.
where in the draft do you think Ian Cunningham could be looking at running back? Now, we know it's not going to be like the first selection, right?
First or the second, I don't think.
You know,
Unless a guy like Mike Washington falls to third round,
oh
which I
my
don't think he
goodness,
will.
I don't think that happens, but
I
boy.
don't think he
Okay,
will, but
let's talk
that would
hypotheticals. Let's say
okay,
he
go ahead.
is there. Let's say he is there in the third round. Do you take him? I mean, if you already don't, let's say your first 2 draft picks were you hit
Well, your first draft pick in the second round. Let's say you pick up an offensive lineman.
yeah, yeah.
Let's say you pick an offensive lineman, you add depth to the tackle position because Elijah Wilson, punk ass, he didn't do nothing last year, so you got to put somebody behind McGarry. Storm Norton, I think he may come back. I don't know. But you got to add depth to that position. You got to add depth behind Lindstrom and Bergeron. You got to add. Well, you just added depth, even in front of or behind Duzia. So that could be a go. We talked about defensive tackle with Lee Hunter, the kid from Ohio State. That could be a route that they go. So if they go that route with the second round pick, I'm definitely looking at Mike Washington in the third round. Why? Because he fits exactly what they're looking for. He's a quick power back with speed, good vision through the hole. He's a one hitter like Bijan. Make one cut and he gone. So this would be, to me, a home run pick because it's one less pick you got to worry about. You got a playmaker. Wide receiver could be another position in the second in the third round. But I mean, go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. I ain't mean to get the Eddie Murphy laugh. I'm just thinking about, if you take a running back that's really worth a darn, what is that signaling, sir? Well, like, what is that? What could that possibly be signaling? Like, is that?
So do you think that I'm saying that because that could signal Bijan could be moved?
It's not even you though. I'm listening to my GM, and he said we're gonna scour the free agency. And I ain't gonna lie, I like Brian Robinson Jr. or somebody like that to back up Bijan, but he could go in the draft and possibly get his own running back.
But guess what I'm telling you? That's why, look, people got clown me when I said Bijan could bring back 3 first-round picks. But what can you do with 3 first-round picks? You can totally rebuild this team from the ground up.
Boy.
You can go out and get a number 1 running back. I'm sorry, you can go out and get a replacement for him. If not, Mike Washington would be that guy. You can go out and get a number 1 receiver, a number 2 cornerback, hell, even a start edge rusher. Or you can use 2 of those 3 picks and go out and get a superstar player. It's up to what you want to do. Because I'm telling you, like I told you earlier in our conversation, if they ended up with 3 first-round picks and Joe Burrow was available, you can use 2 of those and still have one.
I mean, one thing about it, you really could if that's one you wanted to go. I mean, that's, of course, players got to want out and all that stuff too. But man, it would be interesting if we did not go running back in free agency and possibly got a running back in the draft. It doesn't necessarily mean that Bijan is out. I'm not saying that, but
no. We just hypothetical, man. It's all hypothetical. All hypothetical.
Interesting.
But I'll take this question and then you read the super chat from Ms. Drill. But Hashim Graham had a question. What's your thoughts on the cornerback room, and do you think we will draft one? This is an excellent question. Chris, since you had somebody that you thought would come in right away and where they would be picked, I'll let you take this question.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I got a couple of guys, man, to be honest, for that cornerback position. It just all depends on like what Brick is looking for. Is he looking for and also who falls? Because I mean, we can go. You got guys like Dylan Everett. You got guys like my guy Hood, who I know Clint mentioned the other night.
Colton Hood, yes.
Yeah, Colton Hood. So you got that. You can go that direction. But then I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the size of Prysock and Davis out of Washington. I'll go with either one of those guys.
Right.
I actually like the guy that you were talking about too, about D'Angelo Pons. So it's like,
oh yeah, that's my guy. You're a little undersized. But he
Yeah,
really reminds me of Brent Grimes.
yeah,
Same size and everything. Athletic. Oh yeah, but go ahead.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's some guys in that cornerback position, man. Like it's some guys that you can go. It just all depends on who's falling and what round are they falling. You can go get you a cornerback number 2 in the draft. I really believe it's some talent and some speed at the cornerback position. Looking at them when they were running the drills. Of course, you got some guys with tight hips, some guys with a couple of hiccups and they get up. But for the most part, the guys who we want with the fluidity and the smoothness and the movement, it's guys like that in that draft, and they're going to be in the second round. They're going to be in the third
Second
round.
and third. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And then of course you may have somebody that may trickle over into the fourth round, depending on how the runs go, because you know how the draft go. Next thing you know, it's a run on wide receivers, it's a run on linemen, it's a run on safeties or something like that. So it just all
Facts.
depends on how this draft falls, but going to be interesting. Smitty, what you think, man? Who you liking?
I'm at Colton Hood myself, but I
Mm.
think he'll be long gone by the time we get to 48. Um, the kid from Washington, Prosock, I like him too. I think he'll be there in the third. Um, but cornerback is a position we do need, and if we can get a guy, because you remember, I think his name was T.J. Tapper.
Yeah,
He ended up being a day 2 pick, no, early day 3 if I'm not mistaken, and he's knocking it out the park. So I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like I said, this is a team that can develop players. So really, whoever we pick, whenever we pick, no matter if it's day 1, 2, or 3, I think they can come in and get coached right. I think they can contribute. A lot of them can contribute right away. I think we end up with more than 5 picks somehow, but I think the cornerback room, day 2 or day 3, we can find a decent cornerback.
I'm telling
But
you,
Ms.
Miss
Drell,
Dre.
thank you for the super chat. Truly appreciate it. She said we hear all the time that iron sharpen iron. It's facts. Check the psyche of both these young men. They both have something to prove. We may
Mhm.
very well end up with the best quarterback 1 and 2 combo this year. And the thing about this, Miss Drill, um, even though one is going to start over the other, they can have packages where you can see Penix come in for a play or two. Hey, we need to take a shot downfield. He's gonna lunch it. So whomever is the starter, you may see some ins and out, just like you saw with Penix and Cousins at times last year. I agree. We can see either one of these guys starting, but one guy is going to motivate the other no matter who's starting. And like I said, I like Tua's personality a lot more than Kurt, and I feel like Mike can learn off Tua more than he did Kurt. Even though he did the right thing and spoke highly of him, we all know it wasn't peaches and cream in that quarterback room. Let's just keep it real. You can
Kirk
tell by the
wanted to
player.
start, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Kirk
So
wanted, and thing about hold on, I'm not saying that Tua doesn't want to start. Tua's coming to compete as well, but
absolutely,
I feel what you're saying about your point about the personality. It seems like Tua is more of a what up, Oos? Like, what up, brother? You know what I'm saying? Type personality over Kirk Cousins. Like, it's like, regardless, it's competition, but it's still going to be like friendly. Like, we're going to go out here and compete, but I don't have no malice or no harm or no towards you. If you win, you win, and it is going to be what it is. That's how it does feel like that. So I do see your point.
yeah. Let's get it. What's up, my guy? He said Tua's Achilles heel is, besides health concerns, is playing in cold weather games. Doesn't have to worry about that in the NFC South, and that's an absolute plus. But on the back end of the schedule, no matter where you go, it's gonna be cold. And I got to look at the back end of the schedule, so we'll know exactly, how it's gonna fare out in the long run. But I think again, they can find a way around that with game plan. If they game plan right, you won't have to worry about that either.
Very Ian being so patient. Tell me something that one thing he's the realist. They know they have some work to do to this team and to turn into a playoff team and a contender. I mean, yeah, of course. I think again, like, even if you don't like Ian Cunningham, just because of course we have some people that don't right now. So even if you don't like Ian Cunningham, I feel like you gotta at least respect the fact that the man is sticking to his guns. The man hasn't done anything that he said he was going to do. I like draft picks. It's going to be the last year that we have this least amount of draft picks. Next year is set up. I'm not going to mortgage the future for the now. Man, he ain't restructured nobody except for like Jake and Troy Anderson. And yeah, we resigned Natron.
And that's only because that's a 1-year deal. That's why he restructured. Yeah, that's the only reason why he did, Troy.
That's the only reason. And then my thing is, you look at all the signings that we got. We got signings. He let guys walk to get younger too. Now, yeah, they're a little beat up. Some may be a little battered. Some coming off of some injuries and stuff like that. But when you look at it, everybody got some kind of familiarity, some kind of track record. You bring in guys that Nate Ollie used to work with and had career years under him. Is all the little moves that's being made are still setting up to try to go compete. Now, how good are we going to be? That's going to be on to the players and the coaches when they're being able to go against the competition. But at least one thing we can see, we're setting up to see who's going to prove it to possibly be here in 27. And regardless, we're still going to be able to move. We're still going to be able to draft people. If you want to trade some draft picks, if he wants to, he will be in a better position next year to do such to get this team better. That's what it's all about, man, for the logo. Yes, I ain't gonna lie to you, Miss Lisa, I'm surprised.
Let us pray, say if he can beat out to an open competition, if he can't beat out to an open competition, he ain't the answer anyway. Absolute facts. Because if you're gonna take the position, you're gonna perform either way. And y'all go check out Let Us Pray Sports on YouTube, man. He doing this thing.
Sir.
Always shows me love, been a supporter of mine for a very long time. So y'all please go check him out. But go ahead, Chris.
But you want to know something though, bro? Like the reason why I say that too, because I agree with that. If you can't beat out to it, then it is what it is. I mean, my thing is just give the young man the opportunity. That's all I ask for, But still, if he can't beat out Tua, who is, I don't even necessarily think he's considered a franchise quarterback. I ain't say starting. I said I don't think that he is a franchise quarterback. So can he be a starting quarterback in the league? Yeah. But can he be your guy for the next 10 to 15 years? I don't think that's Tua anymore. So, Michael, you have the opportunity to show that you still have the capability of being that franchise quarterback, because there are some people that look at you right now and say, nah, maybe a starter if he's healthy, but franchise, they don't think he is. So I can't wait to see what's it going to boil down to. Two lefty gunslingers going at it. And let the best man win at the end of the day, because it's all about the logo at the end of the day. Just let everybody get the right opportunities. Let everybody get oppos, and we'll go there.
Facts. Tony writes that Mike Washington will be gone before we select anyone. And the crazy thing, Tony, I feel like Mike Washington gonna slide to the bottom of the first round for some reason. I don't know why, but people love speed. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at the second round right now. Jets, they got Breece Hall, but we know they love their running backs. That's a spot. You look at Arizona, they just got Tyler, but they need speed. Tennessee need a running back because Bernard Pollard may be on the chopping block.
Oh God, could you imagine? Can you imagine Tyler getting to Arizona and all of a sudden here come Mike Washington? It's like, my goodness.
I can't catch a break.
Can I get me a couple seasons to myself?
I'll give y'all another team that's in the bottom of the first round. I say, well, two teams. I'll give y'all two of them. San Francisco at 28. We know McCaffrey is almost on his last leg. Houston just got rid of Joe Mixon and Damian Pierce last year. Mm-hmm. Houston could be a spot. And we know what Kansas City do when they need a running back. So that's three teams right there at the bottom of the first. So, Tony, I agree. But go ahead, Chris.
Ian is saying that it ain't over till it's over. It's anyone's guess who stays and who goes. And
absolutely.
And what we've been saying is really before the season even ended, we was already talking about who could possibly stay, who could possibly go, because we just had that feeling that the old regime was going to be out the door. Of course, we had to wait for it to become official, but you had a feeling, and you were hoping that Arthur didn't fall for that same old song and dance that Dan Quinn pulled on him.
There's no way you can get 3 first-round picks, probably not even 2. Bijan is awesome, but you can't get good production from him. That's running backs. But if you could, they should go for it. I mean, his numbers speak for itself. Numbers speak for itself. Just like Saquon. Had the Giants trade Saquon instead of just letting him walk, they could have got at least 1 first-round pick for him. At least one. Now it might have not been the first because of his injury history, but Bijan hasn't even sniffed that yet. And we're not going to jinx him, but at the same time, with his production, what he can do, his contract coming, look, easily 2 to 3 first-round picks. And if they can get 2, I would even think about it. Because guess what? You're gonna get those 2 and maybe 2 more, maybe a third and maybe 2/3. I mean, we don't know. But you would get a haul for Bijan just because of what he can do on the field, how much better he can make your team. That's just a proven fact.
I mean, he's young. He's proven. He's still proving. And you think about it too. He doesn't have any injury history. I mean, that's a big part right there, the fact that he's healthy. Let's get it.
In college sports, you just got generational players, which is rare, and Bijan is that. A test is a very rare in the NFL. Absolutely. That's why they may get the 3 first-round picks. Because think about it. If he goes to a team that wins all the time, they say, man, we don't worry. We don't need these picks. We just need him to goddamn make it back to the Super Bowl. You think they ain't going to jump for that?
That sounds like a Rams type move.
Bingo. But they are the first-round picks.
Yeah.
But let's just say if they didn't make the move that they made, which they needed those cornerbacks bad. But let's just say they didn't make those moves and they say, hey, we just want to take this thing to the next level. We got Puka, we got Devontae Adams. Let's go get the running back that we know going to take this thing to the next level. They added offensive lineman, so you know that's going to be better. And in the Sean McVay offense, we saw what Gurley did. Imagine what Bijan can do.
I don't want to.
Yeah, so I'm just saying. Kurt was passive aggressive. I didn't trust him, to be honest. Super true.
Man.
Because he got us in trouble when he walked through the door.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. When that happened, I was already like, bro, you know what? You walk in the door costing money. Like how you walk in the door and the company already don't took a loss? That's crazy.
Boy, 5th-round pick right out top. Jim, so how do you support the group, bro? We've been talking for over a decade now, and your group and followers are legit. I mean, look. I mean, I think they just, they know I keep it real. Like I always tell you, I keep it real no matter what. For some reason, I have a gift for keeping it real. And I just see things from a different perspective. Just like Chris gave me a shout out. Hey, let's get it, GA. When they asked me how did I come up with a Johan Dotson pick, some things I just seen it before. When you know your team needs something and that person can fix the bill, it's just a match made in heaven. Because we lose Mooney, we gain Johan. I mean, same type receiver, but the difference is Johan Dotson hands are better, speed is about the same. Johan's route running is a little bit better, and he's a little bit more physical. And to me, he just need the opportunity.
Yep. And that's a good thing too, though, because you think about it. Shoot, we gave Darnell an opportunity to get out of Chicago and show, hey man, I just need me a little quarterback. And I mean, he put up the numbers and big catches, all that stuff. And of course, he had a few drops. I ain't gonna lie to you. And really, if I look back at those drops, if he catches really just one of those drops, he's over 1,000 yards. So it's just crazy because most of his catches were over 10 yards anyway. So, but gave Mooney the opportunity. Jahan Dotson, come on in, man. I mean, I've always kind of liked this game, but he just never was able to get that full opportunity. I do think he's going to get opportunity in Atlanta. Even if we do draft a receiver, I still think he's going to at least get an opportunity.
I'm kind of surprised about Troy Anderson. I thought he would have been cut by now. But I guess they see something that we don't see. He does have that athletic size. He can spot start. But I'm gonna be real with you. Since the special team was so bad last year, honestly, with his contract, I think that's gonna be his biggest contribution. Special team. So that may be my reason why he's going to stay.
Special team.
Davis and Tua got a winning record, absolutely. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw another nugget out there. Since Tua got drafted, I have not added it up yet, but I'm just going out on a limb. I bet Tua got more touchdown passes than all the Falcon quarterbacks from this time being drafted up to now.
Yeah, of course. I mean, him being a consistent starter. I mean, 2023, what he did and everything. I can see that. Now it's gonna be the only thing that'll make it close is the fact that we had brought in Kurt, and then you got Michael, but I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere in that area. Okay, I'll tell you what. Go ahead, keep talking. I can do some research real quick.
All right. Let's praise said Jacob Rodriguez is a beast at linebacker. For Texas Tech, I agree. He would be a hell of a find, but he may be gone by the time we get to the third round because I think he ends up somewhere in the second. Ian Cunningham said. Ian Cunningham also saying you got to crawl before you walk. Absolutely, Dirty Bird game. Absolutely. Just let me know when you're ready, Chris. Let's get it so y'all know how we gonna find out. MPJ has to get reps in the preseason, which I think he's not gonna do, and I've been saying that. Like he said, if he's able to, I don't care about OTA's training camp. He needs game style reps. I've been saying that.
Yeah, you do. We got to get him against teams that want to have some malice, that want to have pure malice against them, cruel intentions. That friendly fire stuff is not going to get you anywhere as far as knowing what's going on with your quarterback.
Facts.
Just not going to
Swan,
do it.
what's
I know.
Up, man?
So
go ahead.
I was just letting you know that Tua does have 120 total touchdowns.
I know how many he got. I was saying how many they got total. That's what I'm saying between Heineke, Ritter, Mariota, hell, even Matt Ryan. Add all those up from all the quarterbacks we've had since Tua. That's what I said. I hadn't added up yet, but I'm gonna go out on a limb. Maybe wrong, but he may have more touchdowns than all those guys combined. Twan said, I feel like Bijan is going to be a Falcon for life. I don't know about that one, Twan. The only reason why I say that, running back shelf life is not that long. So that he's not serviceable enough for the Falcons, guess what? Out of here. I'm just saying. That's any running back, not just him, any running back. I wouldn't trade him to a good team, only to a team with a consistent top 12 pick potential. I don't care where you go. As long as I get the first round pick, I don't care. Because you're going to have 2 first round picks for the next 3 years. That supersedes everything. Okay. So, I mean, that's just me.
Right. Nah, I feel you, brother, man.
Absolutely, JR. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because when you in the late bottom of the first round, basically the second round, I think the key top 10 picks finish in the top 25. Just my opinion. Anything from 25 or 26 on back, second round, all the way to I think 63 or 64. I think 64 is the end of the second round. So anything from 26 to 64 is a second round pick to me.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, but yeah, I'm just doing the math in my head because it's gonna take too long to try to look all those guys up. But you think about it, it would make sense that Tua throws more touchdowns. Now you said you want to add Matt Ryan, but I'm assuming you're just talking about his final year here.
Final year, yeah.
So, well, yeah. So even with that, yeah, Tua, I'm guaranteeing that Tua is throwing over. Because it's just in my head, I've already calculated about 4 quarterbacks, and I'm only on about like 59.
Damn.
You know, because Michael got 12, Heineke had 5, then you had Kirk Cousins with like 28, then you had my guy, dang it, then you had doggone Desmond Ritter with like 14. So again. All those numbers right there is just like nah. We ain't even got to keep going no further than that. Tua has more touchdowns, passes than all those guys.
Yeah, man. So I mean, look, but here go a question for you, A1, and I've answered it 1,000 times. I'll let you answer because I mean, to me, I don't see it.
Thank you. Man, to be honest with you, I'd want to say that I want to say that we're going to end up keeping him because we're keeping Troy Anderson. I think this is right now. This is the year. If you want to get on the football team and prove that you can play, it's time to try to get on the Atlanta Falcons this year to try to see and be a depth piece. At least try to get through training camp and see if you can earn a slot. Because Trice, you would think they was going to have him last year, but then he had that setback and missed the entire season. When stuff like that happens, I start worrying about the mechanical function of the body. I start worrying about the mind. I just start worrying about, so this is the nutrition there, like what all is going on, what's holding you back? Was it a multiple magnitude of things? It's just Trice is an interesting project, but he also is a guy that was not drafted by the new regime. So I think if he can get on the field at any point in time, just like Troy Anderson, it could benefit him. And honestly, I feel like you start guys like that on special teams and let them work their way up if they possibly can. Because shoot, man, it's just these injuries, man. There are so many guys that lose out on opportunities who are healthy because you're waiting on other guys. There are guys that walk out the door like Nate Landman because you thought Troy Anderson was going to be right, and he wasn't. So it's like, how many more shots are you going to get, man? I ain't even going to lie. How many more shots? Your best ability is your availability. That's just it. So
Right now, I will give Terry and the scout crew a shout out for going out and finding a guy like Trice, because just like Brandon Dorlus, just like James Pierce, they had some of the best pass rush win rates in college football the last year they were there, and they came to the NFL and produced. So I feel like by him being one of those type guys, he could do the same. He just has to stay healthy. And you saw a little bit of his motor when he was playing, especially when he got hurt the first time in Miami. You saw that motor. He was getting to the quarterback. Second time he played about, I think, four plays. You saw the motor, but he limped back to the sideline, knew something went right. And hey, we back at it again. Kendrick, what's up, my guy?
what in the world?
Hey, look, she said that sounds like a good short. She
Hey,
gave you a short.
QB touchdown count. It is.
She gave you a short. For
It is.
those of y'all that don't like Tua, think about the last 5 quarterbacks we had total touchdowns.
Tua
Tua
Madua.
supersedes that. End of story. Short over with.
Yeah, that's really what it is, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, again, 120 touchdowns. I mean, you just at the end of the day, man, like, we would love to have had 120 touchdowns in the last 5 years. I mean, let's just keep that real, though. Let's just keep that real. Because I'm telling you, like, without even fully calculating everybody, I just bet you it's not even over 80, 85.
Isn't even near that though, because how many touchdowns he had his last year here? About 19, 20?
Who that? Kurt?
Matt Ryan.
Oh, Matt. Oh, I think I do think he was around in that range because it wasn't prime Matty no more, man.
Yeah, his arm had turned to a chicken tender at that point. I've been told y'all that. Shamel, what's up, my guy?
So that year, Matt had 20 on the dot. Yeah, that was the 20 and 12 year. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I said. 19, 20. I knew it was somewhere in that range. So if you starting off with 20 of him at 20, that's 2020, right? So you start off at 2020 with him and Tua came out that same year, right? So
that was 2021. That was 2021 for Matt Ryan.
So Tua came out. Well, see, that make my point even more valid. See, we don't look.
Now I'm about to say, now wait a minute, now y'all. Now I mean, if you add 2020 and 2021 for Matt Ryan, that's 46 touchdowns.
Okay, so you add the rest to that, then what we get? Because has Kurt even threw 20 touchdowns?
Yeah,
I think he had 28. Like 18. He threw 28.
Yeah, he threw 28. Old Kirk go
in Atlanta.
in Atlanta.
You sure?
Don't seem like it, do it. Don't seem like it, do it.
He had 18 the first
I'll bring
year.
it back up. Oh, because I was looking.
That's right. That's right. In Atlanta, he had 28 because he had 18 and 16 the first year, then 10 and I think 4 or something like that. So yeah, it's 28. So
Yeah,
you had
28.
what? You had
But he had
Matt
21
interceptions.
He
Yeah.
had 21 turnovers.
Yeah.
In
So
2 years.
yeah, but I'm still saying even with Heineke, Ritter, who else? Heineke, Ritter, Mariota,
Heineke, Ritter,
and Penix.
Mariota. I ain't
That
even
still
look
don't
up
give you
Mariota.
120. That still don't give you 120.
Yeah, and Penix. No,
Penix on through 12.
That's what you're not even at 100.
My point exactly.
That's what I say. You're not even at 100. Like even with the thing about it is counting the 2 years for Matt, that honestly helped the cause. But because Mariota helps the cause a little bit too. I mean, he had 15, but you still, I believe, right under 100.
Yeah.
So either way it goes, they got close as a collective unit.
Dirty Bird said he's surprised he's still here, just like Troy. Most likely died because of lack of depth, but there's where the depth if you ain't available. There it is.
Yeah.
We're definitely turning up, building depth, and getting guys that fit the system and what we're trying to build. Not gonna lie, Carolina and the move they made, I said they coming, and they is.
Yeah, they is. Little bro, I ain't gonna lie, little bro been in the gym. We gotta make sure that we can take them down still, man, because they've been making some moves, man. They really are what they're doing, and I'll give them their credit for this. Carolina is capitalizing off of the momentum. They didn't stay pat. They're winning, go getting key positions, key players to add to it. With the Devin Lloyd thing, I'm like, I really didn't see them pulling that off, but they did. And then next thing you know, they got like little depth pissed. They don't went and got John Mechie, guy that played with Bryce back in college. So they trying to get that connection back going again. And then they got Ted McMillan on the other end. So it's like they're trying to build. We have to make sure.
And the crazy thing is, man, I could actually see Tyreek come here just to play with Tua.
I mean, he did give a shout out that Tua going to the crib. You know, that's exactly what he said. Tua going to the crib, man. Shout out to it and all that stuff like that. I mean, you never know.
Y'all please don't get Chris started.
Well, you already know what it is. What we thought it was 1.3, and I was about to hit the finalization on them shirts, but it's really 1.2. 1.2.
That's even worse.
Hey, all I'm saying is I'm just up here giving it 1.2%. That's all I'm doing, okay?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. What happens to Tua come in and light it up? He keep the spot. Just that simple. You're not gonna mess with that chemistry.
Yeah, I think you kind of gotta just and the great thing about it is I seen something interesting in the contract for this has to do with Kyler Murray, but it has to do with
Oatman. He answered that question. Falcon quarterback since 2020, 120 touchdowns. So it's tied.
There it is.
But that's 5-1.
There's still a lot of guys just to even.
5-1.
Then we had to add up Matt's 46 to go along with that.
Also, he said the Falcons win by 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
it's still bad. That's still bad.
Yeah, know what I'm saying. But again, if you take out that 2020 season for Matt when he threw them 26 touchdowns, and of course you're still under 100.
Right.
Vet men for Tyreek, I'll take him. Again, if it's vet, you know what? Again, if I can get me another 1.2, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna be mad, you know. But I still would draft.
I think he'll be a little bit more than that, because he didn't have no guaranteed money. So he'll get a right out contract. That's the only thing.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Tyreek. If you want to put on this Falcon jersey, you're gonna take a 1.2.
You stupid. But last question, man. I got to roll.
Yeah. Well, me too, brother.
Yeah. Ski said, how y'all feel about underthrows? Do y'all think that can absolutely be fixed? Like I
Yeah.
told y'all, he's gonna be play action, get the ball out quick, 2 to 3 step drops, get it out. That's why I think Pitts is gonna thrive in this offense because tight end is quarterback's best friend. So yeah, that can easily be fixed.
No, that's a good question. Hey man, Tyreek ain't got to play for 1.2. He ain't got to play here for 1.2. He ain't got to do it. Nah, but I give
Yeah,
Tyreek a little bit more money than that. I'm just, we on the 1 point levels right now. But I
and
mean, I
see,
give
think about it.
a little more
If
than that though.
when he gets healthy and he wants to play, if he's the right price, they would probably bring him in. Because he need the money, all them damn kids. Trust me, he need the money. So look, we'll
I
see,
forgot
man.
about the kids and the wife and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Never. Well,
yeah,
shoot, man. In that case, yeah, he need to go somewhere that's gonna pay him, man. Right now, this year and next year, no, not me.
yeah. He
What,
got
what,
more kids than a daycare,
what
man.
Luda said? What Luda said? Who you talking to? Not me. Talking about paying him. It couldn't be
Yeah,
me.
facts. But you know what, D man, tell everybody where to find you.
Hey man, A1 Forever Sports, that's the platform on YouTube. Come over and be a part of the A1 family. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share button, just hype button. Yeah, I can even get a hype button now. So it's like just do that for me, and I really greatly appreciate it. Hawks Digest as well. That page is growing so rapidly over there. And of course,
Thanks to you.
8-game win streak help that out too, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Facts.
just like I appreciate them Atlanta Hawks, taking care of business out here, beating teams that they're supposed to beat and getting some momentum, not only throughout the NBA, but also at home because we had a really bad home record. So getting that better too. So catch us over at the Hawks Digest as well. Be blessed, Miss Drea. Always thank you. Thank everybody else in the chat, everybody that's eventually going to watch this. Appreciate everybody, for the support. We always need it. Always. Don't ever think we don't.
Facts.
But also, like I said, find your peace today. Positive energy always creates elevation, and y'all make sure y'all be generational because it's always time to be. Twitter A1 Forever, Instagram A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok. Hey, man.
Dirty Bird Gang, man. We appreciate it as always, my guy. You, Miss Drill, all y'all, Sean. Let's
Mm.
get it. Y'all, man, y'all always there, man. Always. Willie, you my guy,
Really?
man. But yeah, man, y'all know where to find me at Fatboy Slim underscore 21. Twitter, Fatboy Slim underscore 21, because I'm always over there blowing it up, man, because that's what I do. But again, y'all know where to catch me, man, right here on Smitty Sports Machine. As I give y'all the latest news on the Atlanta Falcons, whether it's picks, draft profiles, news, pickups, anything got to do with the Falcons, y'all know I got you, man. And shout out to our boy RJ for always
Yes,
dropping the news
sir.
where we can get to it quick, fast, in a hurry. Because of him, I'm able to push out content faster and a little bit more accurate because I have time to research it. But again, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Another great show, another great pop-up show. Hey, love y'all, man. Y'all be blessed. Stay safe this weekend.
Yes,
And
sir.
we're gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace.
Peace.